aren't always born from trophies. They're born out from schools ascending to new heights at the same time and finding the other guy standing in the way of their ultimate goal. It's time to find out who's going to get run over this time. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on another team from the SEC, the Florida Gators. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Gators will kick it away to start. He'll bring it out. It's Bishop. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Tennessee's offense will have the football first. They went to overtime last year in Knoxville, and even though the Big Orange got the win, this was a bit of a turning point for Florida in a positive way, and one that likely propelled them the rest of the year.
It was, and I know a lot of Florida Gators look back on that game and think that that's one they really should have won. In the first half of that game, they kept shooting themselves in the foot in the first half, down close in Tennessee territory. But at the end of the day, it was Tennessee able to pull away, and every time these two teams play, Dave, there's no love lost. Expect this one to be close again.
No love lost, and I tell you what, I was left wanting more last year because Florida scored with under 30 seconds left in the ball game, and I was like, go for two. Go for the win. They played not to lose, and then they
breaks into the open. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
He's got him. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Off the play fake. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football because you know you get a little bit of suck-up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
Looking downfield, it's Aguilar. Pulls it in.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
The Vols with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got his man to the left. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. The Volunteers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They'll use the running game on first and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. These fans raising the volume on second and goal. a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10-15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown, everything working perfectly. They looked like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's ball. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Florida's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have 2 guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got 2 very dynamic individuals playing on each offense.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And you could tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on.
The Gators now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Give to the running back. Finds his way ahead for 6 and a little breathing room to the 17.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Back to pass. It's Blackway. Caught over the middle. It's Hansen. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big 3rd down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
The Gators decide to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. So here is the Tennessee offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And his throw is incomplete. These two, which have so much cross-pollination and legendary games in their history, first played in 1916 with the Vols blanking the Gators in Florida. Tennessee actually won the first 10 meetings, with Florida not getting a W in the series until 1954.
And there was a period of time, Reese, in this rivalry that the game not only had SEC championship implications, but national championship implications, too. You think back to the heyday of this rivalry in the late 90s. Danny Werfel going up against Peyton Manning. We played the Vols, and we had games that were won in overtime. We had games that went down to 2-minute drives. There was so much NFL talent on the field, and it was such a competitive and physical game every single year.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoke the fear of God into this defense, because this 3-and-out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
They booted away on 4th down. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Gators sending the offense back to work. He'll pull it on the read. Oh, he's got some space. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Great run there. While the Gators have had a long list of great passers, some dudes have done it on the ground. Anthony Richardson, Tim Tebow come to mind.
Yeah, those guys were unbelievable. And what do? Anthony Richardson, speed. I mean, when you got a guy at the quarterback spot that you can feature, that can hit home runs, man, is it fun to be a play caller.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding the football?
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to throw, it's Lagway. It'll be third and long. They'll send the back in motion. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They'll start this drive with a pass, and they can't make the connection.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Got a man, it's Staley.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him and get him to the ground for a minute.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. To the air, it's Aguilar. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
They'll go to the toss. Slithers into space. He breaks a tackle. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal. You don't. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would just rough the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And finds a soft spot. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown ball. The defense just lost track of it. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he was in an eligible position.
Or it was just ridiculously good scheming on the offense, Reese. I mean, just an unbelievable job of getting your guy wide open.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finished the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Ball. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Find some fresh air. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets two. He's down at the 21. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Leaves it with the running back. And a short gain on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the first. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Quick pass on the fly motion. He moves the chains and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
And just what was something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
And the Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Ball. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Mr. Two-Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
Now, how does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All for the Gators. Stand up and holler. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Working that left side. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And, Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. You saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level, and with that, this program carrying it on their shoulders.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
Back to pass, it's Lagway. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Got it in the middle. It's Sturtevant. That will be enough to move the chains and give him a first down in the red zone at the 14.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Now from inside the red zone. Grab behind the line. It's Webb. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Gives it on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on third down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. Now the lead is down to 11.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Looking for a man. It's Aguilar. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field, making the nice tackle.
And the Vols trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Finds a tight end. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Volunteers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Cradles it at the 35. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Now facing a 3rd and long. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Unloads it downfield. Makes a grab on the shot. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. All kinds of time to survey the field, and he throws left. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. No Tennessee quarterback will ever be revered like Peyton Manning, but many more throws like that, and they're going to say, this guy's getting into the realm at least.
Now, you get in the realm, you're good. You get in the realm, you start talking about Hall of Fame. That's what kind of tradition you've had with a guy like Peyton Manning. His fingerprints are still on this program, and you are mentioned with him. That's a good day at the office.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Just keep slinging it. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down to the 26.
And the defense has given up some plays, some passing yards on this drive. You want to stop that? Nice job rushing the quarterback, making him feel a little bit of pressure and getting him on the ground and now getting him behind the sticks.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Catch in the middle, it's Matthews. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
He'll do it himself. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteers.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Makes the grab down the middle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And on the slant route, I love the location of the throw by the quarterback. He's not making it difficult on his receiver. He's putting the football out in front, hitting his receiver right in the face mask and making it easy for him.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll run play action. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Grabbed behind the line, it's Ball. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And, man, that is not the third down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a fourth down now.
Punt is on its way. He's got it. And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Matthews. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. Wants to throw. It's Aguilar. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
The Vols will punt it away on fourth down. He'll try to really get into this one. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They go to the ground. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Gators can really attack on this second and short. The hand to the running back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Connection to the right. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
And as a quarterback, you know when you're throwing a corner route, the football is going to travel a long distance, so you've got to have great timing. You've got to get the ball out of your hands before the receivers come out of his break. You've also got to put a lot of air under the pass so the wide receiver can locate it. You can tell this quarterback has thrown a ton of these routes in practice.
Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple.
Nice job by the QB and receiver on this play in a 2-minute situation, knowing to work the boundary, get the first down, and get the ball out of bounds. Great situational awareness.
The Gators can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Takes the handoff. It's ball. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That'll trim the deficit to 15.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, Florida-Tennessee never disappoints. We figured this could be a dynamite matchup all week, and it has delivered. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. 2 quarters to go. Time to find out who comes out on top, guys, between the Vols and Gators.
The Volunteers will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a score.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And I love the quarterback's accuracy here. Hit him in stride, man. Hit him where he can catch the football and continue to run and do more damage after the catch like he did right there.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. And some room to work. He'll work his way down to the 28. Big gain on the design quarterback run. Nice to have a guy that can get you out of trouble, whether by design or improvisation, like Anthony Richardson did against Utah in 22.
Yeah, it just makes you a much better coach when you got guys that can scramble around and buy time. And look at Florida's teams, the most recent success going back to Tim Tebow, a guy that gets you extra possessions, extra first downs, and makes that big play at the quarterback spot.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
And the Gators with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Finding an escape route. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Motion from the wide receiver. Receiver on the move, gets the touch pass. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And the defense, man, playing aggressive, playing uphill, playing in the backfield. Nice job getting penetration, getting that pass before it really even gets started. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. Nice job by the defense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And that was a high percentage completion and a low efficiency pass. They lose yardage.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Fires into the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
They've done a nice job marching the football down the field to get into this position in the red zone. You throw an incomplete on 3rd down, so the question now, are you going for a touchdown, try to pay this drive off, or are you just going to take the points?
And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the 3rd time tonight. Right down the boulevard. They're hanging around here. Leads down to 12. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here is the Tennessee offense. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo back.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they liked.
Got some of the work done on 1st down. Let's see what they have on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the 2nd half.
To the ground. He's got it again. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the 3rd quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
To the air, it's Aguilar. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Snags it at the 30 and still running. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a huge play in the passing game, covering 67 yards to the end zone. Kickoff. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hawkins. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll leave it with him. Sweet cut there. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to the well. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Looking for a man, it's Lagway. Going downfield for the big play. Makes the grab down the left side. Touchdown, Florida! A great catch and run for 6.
And how about the bomb? The long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
Lining up for the PAT. Right down the boulevard. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it with a flair, a 77-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Second down. Wants to go up top. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just now on the same page with his target.
And the Vols will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work, 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Trying play action. Got it behind the line. It's Hansen. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his 2nd catch so far in this game.
They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Caught near the sticks. It's Jackson. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Looking to throw, it's Lagway. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Getting deep in the 3rd quarter here. Clock stopped with 1.5 minutes to go. Running back searching for a hole. Got enough for the first. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The Gators are on the move. Right back to the well. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll give it to the back. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. The Gators come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Going with the counter play here. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
Coming up, 4th down.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And as we get ready to start the 4th quarter, they'll open with a field goal attempt. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. Absolutely perfect. The lead is now back down to 9. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Aguilar. Puts it out of the air. Coming out of numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And as a defensive player, you see so much option nowadays and so many different variants of it. And you got to play very disciplined, sound football. And you could tell he knew he was responsible for the quarterback. He goes and gets him, sits him on the ground, creates a tackle for a loss.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. And he's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. using his legs. It's ball. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Wilson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To throw, it's Lagway. The short hands, it's ball. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
That's why as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on 3rd down because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
Needs it to keep this drive alive. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Looking to throw on 1st down. There's a hit. Oh, look out. The ball's free. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job of ball security.
And the Volunteers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. The offense pops it up, and they were on the move. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
To do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Nice sack by the defense. Great job getting to him, getting him on the ground. That's the 4th sack of the day. This defense have had some bright moments. They've also given up some big plays. Keep rushing the quarterback, but keep that coverage intact in the back end.
The Vols will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking for space. It's ball. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
To the air, it's Lagway. Fires to the right. That's reeled in, it's Hawkins. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these 1st downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And they try to sneak the draw play in there and try to show pass right away, get it to the running back. Defense not fooled in the slightest. Nice job getting upfield, getting to the running back, getting him on the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground. Fights off the defender. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They need the 40 to convert here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's Jackson. They've got it inside the 40 and the 39 as they pick up the first down. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
The Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to throw. It's Lagway. Grab near the marker. It's Wilson. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. He caught it. Touchdown, Gator! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
That is such a great job by the offense, putting together a touchdown drive when they needed it most. Not a lot of time left to go, but if their defense can get them the ball back, they've got an opportunity to kick a field goal and walk out of here with the win.
PAT unit on the field. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They took it 71 yards down the field, and they closed the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bishop. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here is the Tennessee offense. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Scanning the field, it's Aguilar. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Pressure coming. Makes the catch. It's Thomas. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Complete to the left. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.